We're continuing to follow the breaking news of Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups has been arrested at the center of a federal gambling investigation.
The FBI says Billups participated in rigged poker games. They say Billups did not bet on games he coached or played in. Billups, along with other defendants, are facing charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. So we want to bring in KGW sports reporter Orlando Sanchez now to talk more about this.
Now, Orlando, what exactly does this mean for the future of the Blazers?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, this is stunning. We're in uncharted territory. This is something that rarely happens. I think the entire organization right now is stunned as we wait to see where they go from here. But in terms of the team, we're hours removed from the season opener. And I know there's been a lot of excitement from the fan base after the performance they put on. They lost 118-114, but everyone was talking about what a great job that Chauncey Billups has done with this team. And now the season is quickly derailed, and now it's where do we go from here? Now, he does have an assistant under him that would likely be Nate Bjorgren that would take over the head coaching duties. But, I mean, in the NBA, they're basically playing every other night. And so this team will have a game on Friday night here at Moda Center against the Golden State Warriors. And so the team is supposed to hold practice today. And before this news came out, they had an availability set for this afternoon. And so I'm still waiting to hear if that's still the case. If so, I will be down at the team's practice facility with the very latest.
And I mean, this has to impact morale, you would think, as well, for the team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, bottom line, it's a distraction.
Yeah.
You know, when you're thinking about, okay, what is the game plan going into game number 2? How do we improve off of how we played in game number 1? And here we are now talking about a head coach not being here. Wow.
So yesterday there was a Blazers game. I assume that you reported that in the 11. There was a press conference that he was in. We had it on the morning show. So the window of when he was arrested to the window of when we got the news was like, I don't know, 6 hours maybe?
Yeah, for sure. If the news broke at about 6, he's probably on the podium at about 10:30 last night. So, I mean, this is all happening right before our eyes.
I believe we have a phone right now. Is he on the line? Just want to make sure for my producer. Okay, all right, so let's bring in Portland-based sports columnist John Canzano at johncanzano.com. So, John, what were your initial thoughts when you heard the news?
Well, nobody gets up earlier in the morning than your NBA coach, right? I mean, that was my first takeaway. Like, gosh, Chauncey Billups, FBI in this coordinated effort, 9 states, arrested more than 30 people, including Chauncey Billups. You don't want this. This is a major distraction, as Orlando said there. And it's the same old Blazers. Like, you know, you can't make this up. There's a start of another NBA season. You've got Tom Dundon, the owner-to-be of the Blazers, in the house for the opening night. And then here comes the news the following morning. It's sort of this baptism for Dundon into what things have been like for Blazer fans. So there's a lot of questions for Billups. Certainly, the FBI saying that he was used as, to lure in the supposed victims of this. Clearly, the New York City Police Commissioner and the U.S. Attorney's Office targeting the crime families in New York, and Chauncey Billups getting mixed up into the middle of it. But he should not be in this poker game. He should not be used as a lure. This is not what you want for your NBA coach in your season.
John, you've been covering the Portland Trail Blazers. You've been covering sports for years now. Have you ever covered anything remotely close to this?
Well, we have seen just the technology with gambling evolve to the point where, like, you know, we're all on our mobile devices and able to check the point spread in real time for an NBA game. This is a big problem for the NBA. But no, I've never seen anything like this. But I think the times are different. And so the NBA, while it's in partnership with several of these gambling agencies, the Department of Justice saying that they are victims. They're calling DraftKings and FanDuel victims in this. I'm not sure I see it that way. Luckily for the Blazers, it appears that the charges for Billups here are related to his involvement in the poker games and not some kind of gambling fixing. The other 2 persons with NBA ties appear to be involved in the other stuff, but none of this is good. And no, you couldn't make it up. I expected Tony Soprano to walk into that news conference and make a cameo. I mean, it was unbelievable as it unfolded this morning.
Absolutely, John. Now, do you think we'll see a statement from the Blazers at some point today on this?
Yeah, the NBA has to say something. And clearly, I can't miss this part. Like, the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office They could have made these arrests a week ago. They waited. The timing of this was very much about making a statement, grandstanding. The NBA opens play this week. They make the arrests after the Blazers play their first game. The NBA has to come out and say something. According to the FBI, the NBA has cooperated in this investigation, as they should. But none of this is good. It's not good for the Blazers. It's not good for the NBA. This is all, I think, unfolding in real time here. But Blazers are going to have to make a change with their coaching staff. I don't see Chauncey Billups being part of this new era of Blazers basketball.
Yeah, John, I was at the Moda Center last night, and it seemed like generally the fan base was excited and loved the style of play that this team was going through. And now, how much does this just derail the momentum that was created last night?
But isn't this kind of what we've been through? Like, anybody who's followed this team or grown with this team or been here 20 plus years like I have, you have watched this over and over. You watched that team last night play hard, play spirited, play with passion and emotion. And then you wake up today maybe a little hopeful about where the organization is going. You've got this new regime coming in. There's a sail. There's a breath of fresh air. And then all of a sudden, this. And, this reminds me of just the last 20 years. It's so reflective of what Blazer fans have been through. This is a tortured fan base that deserves better from its organization. My takeaway this morning was just, gosh, here we go again. Another whiplash moment for the fan base.
All right, Portland-based sports columnist John Canzano. So stay with KGW for updates on this developing story. We'll bring you the latest here on KGW Plus, on the KGW app, and online at kgw.com.